Hello, anyone and everyone. I had just finished grabbing some groceries. Forgot to turn on my car. Fucking frazzled. So I don't have that cool fake morning shit where I just got out of bed and I'm stretching and I'm like, oh man, starting my day. But I thought I would try doing like a vlog of today. This isn't a regular day. The kids needed some body wash, so I dropped them off out here at the HEB. And then right now I'm about to head home, exercise in the cold. So you know it's gonna feel good. And then I got errands to run. But I'll probably turn the camera on while I'm running errands. I always wanna record myself exercising, but my wife said no. You know. It's one of those things, you know, you gotta listen to the wife. You're not missing out on anything anyway. But like today, since you're not gonna see it, I'm gonna hit the bag a bit and then I'm gonna go running. But I also need to do bear crawls because I haven't done those for like 3 weeks. And then, I mean, there's more, but don't worry about it. Then after that, I'm gonna do some errands. I gotta go to a bank. I gotta do some last minute shopping, Christmas shopping. That's the implication. It's a lot of small stuff. I gotta hang up some light bulbs that are in the house. I know the shadows sometimes make it look like the phone's in my face. The phone's actually off to an angle and the sun is hitting my face like that. I don't want y'all to think I'm driving with a fucking phone in my face. Yeah, I gotta hang up light bulbs in the house, which I need a step ladder for, which I have. We got a new Ring alarm sensors, so I gotta get on the ladder and put those up. And then I gotta do finances, mostly bookkeeping. Gotta balance the books. Cause I'm trying to cancel my old security service, which is like, it's not expensive. The problem is they apparently put me into a contract that I didn't fucking want. And so in order to cancel it, I basically need to pay the rest of the contract off, which is like $300. And then I recently had something happen to the car. And so that was like another $600 to $700. It's fucking whack. But with Christmas gift shopping, I think we're all feeling the pinch of spending more. But then with those two things, the alarm system wanting to happen and then the fucking car happening, it's like, ugh. So, yeah, after that, I'm just fucking gaming, dude. You know, school's on. Be chill. Don't fuck around. Oh, man. That's a good song. I'm listening to music. I usually listen to podcasts, but I know if I was, I wouldn't be talking as much. Oh. Even though you go the speed limit, do you ever feel like you're gonna get arrested in the school zone? I'm just like, one fuck up, dude. I just sped up to 25, they bust me. Or you're just trying to be so cautious, you look suspicious, and then they pull you over because they're like, what the fuck you doing? But that's if there's any cops around. There's no cops really. I've been in a good mood lately. I said these past few days, I've been wanting to do like vlog content like this, but I've been so fucking mad and just in a dark space. Not like, well, I can't say not like depression, but I've just been so mad at just work and just time. And every time I was like, nobody wants to hear that. And then I'm like, no, people need to hear that because not everybody's fucking happy and all jovial and shit. But I don't know how to approach it so that I don't post anything, as y'all know from my feed. This fucking nothing exists. But I don't want to post and it's like every other thing or everything is just me being negative. I'm a fairly optimistic person, but I'm also like a regular Pagliacci. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know if you heard the story of Pagliacci, the clown. I heard it from Watchmen, but it's actually from somewhere else, and it's based off of a play that has nothing to do with a clown, in Italy. But the story of Pagliacci is that there's this man that walks into the doctor's office and he's like, I'm depressed, I'm suicidal, I fucking hate life, I don't know what to do. And the doctor's like, well, have you like, how's your life going? And he's asking him questions of like, are you sick? Like, he's trying to find physical reasons as to why he feels so sad. Like, did you have a heartbreak? Did you lose someone in your family? And he's like, no, I'm fine, I just feel really sad. And the doctor checks him all physically, and he's like, you're good, you're 100. He's like, I know what'll cheer you up. He's like, there's a new show in town, and everyone says that it's really funny. It's called The Great Pagliacci, the clown. And he'll put a smile on your face no matter what. And the man starts crying, the patient. And he's like, but doctor, I am Pagliacci. And I always think of that because, like, I think I'm a very chill guy. I like to laugh at a lot of shit, but man, I'm always existing in a fucking dark headspace and just like unwarranted anxieties and fucking anger over all kinds of stuff. But I always try to present outwardly, not like a fake, it's not a front, I'm not faking it, I'm genuinely happy with life. But I think that's what it is that it's like I'm so content and fucking glad and happy where I'm at that any little thing bothers me, because it's like, why the fuck can't you be as happy as me, you stupid bitch? like I just start getting like riled up of why everyone else is so fucking mad and angry and like, and then, you know, there's people on social media. Well, you know what, I'm gonna have to stop because I'm about to get home. I will see y'all on the next road trip and see if I actually exercise or not. Peace. Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a little guide on my hand wraps. I made a video a few weeks ago about how to wrap your hand, and it was better produced than this. It was like staring at my hand, but I mostly wanted to explain why you wrap your hand. I know I'm not a fighter, not a boxer, but even just exercising casually, the reason you wrap your hand is to protect your wrist. There's a way to throw a punch so that, number one, it makes contact correctly with the largest surface area, so you knock the fuck out of the bag or the person. But you also have to keep your wrist straight, because you can sprain or even break your wrist if you're not careful. You also make space in between your fingers, mostly for comfort. You can come down. So the beginning and the end is how you're going to support your wrist. It's just multiple wraps. And that's it. It feels really stiff. You don't have a lot of mobility. But I'll make sure your wrist stays straight. Just thought you'd like to know. Another thing I forgot to mention is that even after you wrap your hand, you gotta put on a bag glove or even an actual boxing glove. More cushion. It's all about protecting your hands. I just don't want people thinking I'm like fucking. You can go ham on it, but you're gonna cut up the skin on the front of your knuckles, depending on how hard or what the material bag is made out of. But I just think more people should hit the bag, unless not everybody's as angry as I am. But just wanted to say, I also wear gloves. All right. About to go start outdoor errands. I did some of my indoor ones already. Gotta go pick up a sweater from my dad's place because I left it there last week. You know, something I think about a lot, and not a lot, but enough that I'm like, you shouldn't, you know. I wish that I could go through my phone contacts and take pictures of the people in my phone contacts, if we're cool, you know. Like, if we're not cool, or you're just a work acquaintance and don't give a fuck, well, I don't give a shit. But I don't know. I got like a picture of my mom from like at this point, probably like 15 years ago. And she's older, you know? Hell, I'm older, you know? I think we gotta update that. My dad, my brother. I don't think I have, well, I do, somehow I have a picture of one of my friends, but some of them I don't have pictures. And I'm like, I want to like just go up to them and be like, can I take your picture to update for my phone contacts? Is that weird? I don't know. But I think about it because I know who it is when I see them, but I want to see their face. You know what I mean? Oh, after the workout, got me some leftover chicken salad that my wife made, and 2 bowls of cereal and some water. Oh man, I hate it, you know. I'm out and about. I just left. I'm about to go out and about. But once I'm out, like once I come back home, it's game time. I don't want to fucking move. I'm not going back out. Like Leo DiCaprio when he's like, I'm not fucking leaving in that Wolf of Wall Street. If you haven't seen it, it's an alright movie. It's okay. Just a lot of sex and shitty people doing shitty things. Oh, had the heater on. What am I, crazy? Thanks for joining me on the drive, I guess. I don't even remember what I was talking about before. I know I talked about Pagliacci and about how, yeah, I just don't want to be negative. But I think I'm an inherently negative person, you know? I know I said I was optimistic in the last, like, according, and you're seeing this like 1 minute from, oh shit, the road's closed. The road is closed. Fuck me. Alright, let's go this way. I think what it is I'm always expecting the worst, so when something is not the worst, it makes me happy. Because I'm like, oh, this is better than what I thought it was gonna be. Sorry, someone. Slow turn. Man, I tell you what. If you gotta turn, make sure you put that blinker way ahead of time. I hate it when people just hit the brakes in the middle of the road and then they just put their blinker and you're like, what the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing here? You know? But, yeah, so I expect the worst. And then if it's better than that, that makes me happy. Which is most everything, you know? Like, right when I was pulling out of my driveway, fucking car crash. Boom, I'm dead. That didn't happen. So, I'm having a great time right now. Except for people driving like shit, you know? But yeah, dude, I went to the restroom. I've got a little bit of toilet paper left. And I was like, dude, I hope this is enough. Luckily, I just went pee, you know? But I was like, you know what? No big deal. Let me get a couple more rolls from the stash, stock up in my restroom. I went, there's no more. So that's been added to the list of things I need to do is get toilet paper. Because if it's go time and there ain't no TP, it's over. Gotta use the hand. Gotta get in the shower with your hand. Oh man. And then you gotta wash your hands. You know, it's crazy. Don't get in that situation. I had an interaction recently with somebody at work, and you know, you talk to people at work, they're friendly. I think I'm just I guess for some backstory, my family is very separate. I'm one of 4 other siblings, so it's me, 4 siblings, my 2 parents. We collectively grew up together. And I'm not gonna go over the whole story now because I'm gonna get to my dad's place in a little bit, but we all kind of scattered. We're still in San Antonio, we just don't talk for one reason or another. From talking to my mom, she's the one person who still talks to everybody, and we kind of get like news from other people's lives through that. Sounds like we all love each other. We just understand that it's better to stay apart and love each other than force ourselves to come together and grow to hate each other. You know what I mean? So like, I'm thankful for that We all know we love each other, and we've all mended as many bridges as we can while not rocking the boat too much. But since I grew up in a house, sharing a house with so many people, I like most people, humans are communal creatures. We like to participate in communities. And so I think, whether I want to admit it or not, I like that more than most. And I miss that because I don't have siblings to turn to. Of like, hey, brother, you want to hang out? No? Okay, hey, other brother, you want to hang out? No? Hey, this brother wants to hang out. Or hey, my sister wants to hang out. Like, I would have an option, you know? But we're all busy and stuff. And so I think I want to find friends to fill this gap that I have. And so I try to I think I might come off too strong with some people, and I try to latch on real quickly, like, hey, we're friends, or hey, like, we're friendly. But it's obvious that other people don't. And I had an interaction recently where I was talking to somebody, and I thought, like, hey, let's walk and talk, you know, since we both are done, we can hang out. And they just took off. And I was like, oh, like, they don't give a shit about me. And that's fine, but I'd also be lying if it didn't hurt me a little. I'm like, gee, like, I thought we were friendly. And that, you know, that happened. It kind of got me sad and mad. But it's also my problem, not theirs. I mean, we all got lives to live. But on the drive home, I was thinking about my personality and how abrasive it can be and how eccentric it can be. And I was like, this is why my wife and I have been in love for so long. Because she's always joked, like, what are you gonna do without me? And it isn't the typical, like, oh, my wife cooks and cleans for me and I'm a fucking invalid who can't do anything by myself. Like most men are like trained to be, with their moms wipe their asses for them. It's more of a, oh, this is a turning lane? No. It's more of a, I'm such a fucking weirdo that everyone either runs out of patience with me or wants me to get the fuck away. And so, but not my wife. Even in the beginning, like, we've joked that, like, she's like, you are not who you said you were, and I've known you since kinder. And but she stuck around because she was like, because I love you. And it's one of those things that as time has gone on, yeah, like, I just don't know. Even she can't put up with me for long, but I don't know anybody else who would take the time to learn to, like, love me as much as her. And we have 2 kids together, you know what I mean? Like, I love her. It's not just her to me. I just pulling up, so I'm gonna have to cut this video short. If I remember what I was saying, I'll talk about it later. If not, fuck you. Okay. Sorry for all that loud music. They play music in the area where my dad lives. Okay. So now I gotta go to the bank. Sorry for my bad memory. I don't remember what I was saying, but I know. Oh, you fucker. You hate when people whip around corners going like 80 miles an hour. It's like a residential area. What's the best way to get there? I know I was saying that Erica's the one for me. And that, yeah, I just feel like nobody else can put up with my bullshit. I was in a positive place. But since I constantly overthink and I think in circles, it always takes me to the negative place of, fuck, she's gonna get tired of me. Like, this thing has a half-life. And I'm like, it scares me, you know. Speaking of things that scare me, we're gonna go flying soon. Let me fix the chest. And I've never flown on an airplane. And even though I think about it, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm scared. Like, I think about, like I'm saying, everything that could go wrong, and I'm hoping for the best. And I saw a video today of this, what was he? He was an aviation investigator. Basically, whenever an accident with a plane happens, he is part of a team in the U.S. that investigates these accidents and sees what happened, how it could have been prevented, and if it was pilot error, machine error, computer error, whatever. And it was very insightful. I wish I could say it helped ease my concern, my anxiety, but it didn't. But I do think knowledge is power, and the more you know about something, the less it's like, what is that? What's this? It's like, oh, I understand what that is, you know. That's this and this, or that's the air pressure making the wings flap, and blah blah blah. Like, but I guess since it was a video based upon the guy whose profession was investigating accidents, there's a lot of talk about plane crashes and stuff. Like they said that accidents most often happen during takeoff and landing. That once you're in the air, I mean, it's really rare for shit to hit the fan. But when you're landing or taking off, that's when things will get tricky. And it looked like, this isn't a statistic he said, but it looked like from his stories that on landing, the problem is just bad, like either if it's a computer / mechanical error, you have to take manual control and make split-second decisions, and that's where you could have a really bad accident. Or like really bad weather, people will make judgment calls, or like, we're gonna do this, and they fucking crash, and it's not their fault. And then there's takeoff. There was this one I thought was crazy. The guy was taking off, and I guess they were going fast enough, or there was enough wind that the plane started lifting on its own, and that using the little gray box, they were able to judge like what happened. And they were saying that the plane had got updraft and was getting lifted, and the pilot was pulling down on the plane, even though when you're taking off, right, you're supposed to pull up so you can take off. Well, he was pushing down because the plane was lifting, and so they could see on like this graph chart that he showed where the altitude and the plane, like gyroscopes, I guess, were going up, and the pilot's actions were making the plane go down to try to counteract. And they were like, well, how did this happen? And they were talking about that it was a mix of the weather and some sort of failure on a computer. And that one, so again, it's an accident, but it wasn't like a fatal crash. It wasn't like they made it go down and they fucking exploded. If anything, they did like great crash. Maybe they broke the wheel and grinded on the floor, but like it wasn't crazy. And so it was just really interesting. And it's interesting that this guy, like he was talking about investigations where he was looking at I guess I don't keep up with the news too much, although I should. Malaysia something that an airplane disappeared over the Pacific Ocean, and he was saying that it's a mystery where it is, but it's not a mystery what happened, that it was an intentional thing. There was no reason or no way for the plane to go that off course unless there was intention behind it. Now how or why the intention was there, they don't know, but they were saying that it went so off course that even though there was a fire recorded on, they say there was a fire in there, a fire wouldn't have lasted 7 hours. That it was 7 hours off course. And so I was like, man, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess I need to learn to just take relationships. And so one thing I do know, which helps me out, is to invest in the people that invest in me. So like, if you go to work or school or wherever, and there's somebody that says hi to you and they're friendly, like they approach you because they are searching for you, they want your companionship or friendship at the time, give them your attention, you know? Unless they're like annoying and they're like clingy, well then you deal with that however you want to deal with that. But invest in the people that are investing in you. Like that person that walked away from me. We don't even interact really. But I'm always friendly. And so I just assume like, oh, well, we're pretty cool, but we're obviously not. And so part of me, what I can do so that I can't control the situation and I can't control them, is to just pull away. So not to give them the cold shoulder, but say hi if there's an opportunity to say hi. But if we're next to each other and they're not talking, I'm just not gonna talk. Which is something I know. It's just one of those things. Every time you meet someone new and the vibe is good, you're like, oh fuck, like this could be cool, and then it's just not. Uh-oh, they're going the wrong way. Yeah, I did. I'm gonna go straight. Sorry. But yeah, like I've done that in life already. Like there's people that I don't talk to as much anymore, and it's because like that's different. I feel like I was putting in all the work and they were just fucking there soaking it in. And it's not like they're taking anything from me, but it's just annoying when you're putting a lot of effort into a relationship. That's another thing. A friendship is a relationship to me. You know what I'm saying? I think it has the word ship in it as a suffix, but like I think whether it's a friendship, your marriage to your partner / lover, the relationship you have with your children, son, daughter, your relationship as a, you know, me as a father, as a brother, as a son to my father, not God, I just pointed up because I don't know, he's my senior. I think there has to be work. Like people think of work and they're like, well, you know, I love this, my wife, I gotta work to make this work. You have to put work in all relationships. Like me and my son, you know, we argue, but we also like talk, because I tell him like, look, it's not your fault, I'm just impatient, and my impatience bleeds into you with your frustration and attitude. Like when he's giving me attitude, sometimes he's being a little dick, sometimes it's because he's reacting to my attitude. And so it's like, hey, like, what's the attitude? Well, I mean, I shouldn't snap at him for everything, or I shouldn't, you know, I should give him a chance to explain. So it's every relationship you have to work at. And I guess maybe I'm the only asshole who thinks that, maybe. So when I'm talking to people and I'm like, this is the start of a relationship / friendship, they're just like, oh, hi, John, this guy at work. And it's like, okay, like, I guess, yes, I am just a guy at work, but thought it was cool, you know. I think in my brain, you can like meet somebody, and you can meet somebody, become quick friends, and then plan to go get some food or to go play some Magic the Gathering in like a week or two. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. I think the problem is that I think a lot of people try to take something from you in some form or another, even if it's not like, and you know, some of this stuff I think is like friendships, they are kind of a give and take, but like I have friends and I try very hard not to take things from them, whether it's their time, whether obviously their money, or even just favors. I hate it, even though I don't mind doing it for certain people because we built that relationship. I hate when you're like talking to somebody and after a week or something, they're like, hey man, you think you could lend me some money? Or they're like, you think you can give me a ride? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't just become fast friends so I could be your fucking taxi, you know what I mean? Like, again, it's not very common, but I just don't like giving and taking too many favors. Like, if the person is willing to do favors for me, that's one thing, because then I'm like, well, that's them. They want to do that. I'm not making them. But if they want from me, it's like, I never established that as a good boundary, but I'm about to now and draw the line and say, no, I don't like doing these favors this often. Sorry. Bad parking. All right. I think after this, I'm going to go to the store. I don't think I'm going to record on the way to the store just because can't record all day, you know what I'm saying? This ain't a podcast. Nobody's talking to me, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. All right, the last video of the day, picking up the kids. Just got through with a major gaming session of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's a really good game. If you don't like to play video games, just watch the Indiana Jones movies. Basically that, but longer. I saw the new trailer for Superman. I love me a Superman movie. I like the concept of Superman, and somebody who vocalized it so well was Bill from Kill Bill. Which maybe that's spoilers for Kill Bill, but watch part 2 or just look up Kill Bill 2 Superman monologue on YouTube, and it explains why he's such a cool character. Not the only reason. There's a lot of other reasons, but my son apparently he don't have a phone. We don't want him to have a phone. Our kids aren't tablet kids. No offense to anybody else that does that, but they just make your kids dumb, you know? Like, I just feel like people rely on them. That's another topic. The point I'm trying to make is he don't have a phone, and one of his friends does have a phone. We're good friends with the mom. She's been texting my wife. Long short of it is, he apparently got a gift for perfect attendance, one of 6 kids in the entire campus, and he couldn't carry it. So that's surprising, and that's good for him and us, I guess, since we made him go to school, or that he's never been sick. I don't know how he got perfect attendance. Whoa, buddy. Guy just pulled it, tried to reverse out too fast. Ooh-wee. Today was a good day off, good relaxing day. This is the start of the Christmas vacay, so the kids are gonna be home from here on out. So that'll be interesting. So I probably won't make another one of these for a while. If you like this, let me know. Just put a comment or an emoji so that I know whether to keep doing things like this. I also have not forgotten that I'm going to make another art post. God damn, there's a lot of cars coming. To make another art post in my old neighborhood. I have some spots in mind that I want to go record at or take pictures of, and then I'll post that. I think it's my turn. One time I turned out into a street and I almost hit a bicyclist, apparently. I didn't know. I think he was in the blind spot, like where the window ends and the door begins. I don't know how I missed him. I didn't see. I turned, he was behind me, but it was obvious that I was close. We're close to each other, and he kept motioning behind me, like, you know, what's going on, you know. And then I took a turn, and he kept going straight, but I looked in my rearview mirror, and he flicked me off, which, you know, I kind of deserved, you know. But I didn't fucking see him. It was an electric bike. I should also mention that, because you're probably wondering how could he keep up with me on a bicycle. He must have been really mad, you know. But he was on an electric bike, so that's how he was able to keep up. Ooh, the rest, I'm telling you, if something's not convenient or easy, I just bounce out. I went to go get my wife. Don't tell her anything, you fuckers. But I went to go get my wife a little charm for Christmas. And I went to James Avery over there by North Star Mall. I park, I'm walking toward the door, and I stop at the door. It said Jared. And I was like, man, fuck this. I was so mad. I was like, I'm done shopping for bullshit. And so I just got out of the car and was going home, and then I go, you know what, I gotta stop by Wells Fargo. And if you know that area around North Star Mall, you know there's a Wells Fargo by the mall. So I went over there, and that's not a Wells Fargo anymore either. So I was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm just going home, gonna eat me a leftover apple, and what did I eat? I think I kind of raided some Halloween candy that was left over. With an apple. So some chocolates and an apple. And some water. Not the healthiest, okay? I'm always afraid I'm gonna hit somebody. When you go pick up kids, if you have kids, you'll know you gotta be careful with these kids running out into the street. If you are a kid, which I don't know why I would be friends with a kid in high school, but if you have children that are in high school and they're kids, teach them to not fucking run in front of people or walk across the street slow motion, all cool like little dicks. Just tell them to be chill, be safe, and everything will be okay, you know? Oh. All right, I'm gonna probably turn this off so that I'm not a distracted driver while picking up my children. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this, and just think about how I'm gonna eat and go to sleep, and that's the rest of the vlog. So you can imagine me going to sleep, and then they'd be like, oh, okay, so that's how it ends, you know? All right, talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, quick bonus. I just picked up my kids.
Hey,
Sammy, I didn't know Samson was gonna be in the frame. You guys buckled?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna open the windows too, because I don't know if the coder is gonna reach you in time. They gave him a TV. Fucking crazy, right? I didn't get TVs growing up. I got gift certificates to Pizza Hut, Peter Piper, a Red Ribbon. I mean, I guess they still do Red Ribbon Week, but it's crazy. And then when I picked it up, there was a list of other things they gave. They gave out a Switch and a PS5. You believe that shit? It's crazy. Anyway, I just thought you'd like to know. It's crazy. It's a 42-inch TV too, which is interesting. Now the brand and the quality, you know, it's fine. It's a free TV. I'm not gonna bitch about it. It's pretty neat. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty surprising. All right, just want to give you a little bonus update.